there would be no more great example of the kind of work that we're doing today to make sure that people with disabilities have the opportunity to fulfill their best promise in life. It's a win-win. As the governor has said, we know that when everyone, regardless of their background, their geography, their gender, their disability, can come to the workforce, employers benefit, a state's prosperity grows, and our nation ultimately is able to fulfill its promise of all people being created equal. It's a special pleasure for me today to welcome some groups that are with us. We have state officials, Governor, from Hawaii to Rhode Island that are here today continuing this work as part of a task force that takes the original origins of this work and begins to operationalize it, much as you're doing in Kentucky. And I just ask that those state officials that are with us just raise their hand and let us say welcome to the Council of State Governments again. And Governor, one of the things they will take from this, in December of 2016, the Council of State Governments issued its report, Work Matters. This was the seminal publication that was curated by state officials themselves under the auspices and with the funding of the Federal Department of Labor. The U.S. Department of Labor said, we don't want to simply just take our ideas and force them on the states. They instead wanted to convene leaders from the states to take all of the ideas, to look at the complexity of the problem, to sort through it and curate solutions, challenges, barriers, and in identifying those things, empower state leaders to have ownership of the solutions. Today, with the Council of State Governments and the Department of Labor's support, and with the bold leadership and passion of Governor Bevin, this work now takes its next first step, with Kentucky being the first state, the Commonwealth here being the first state to convene an interdisciplinary, multi-agency task force. We know that leadership is critical on these issues, and we know that states are among the biggest employers in a particular state. And when they set the example, they are a proving ground for others to follow. So I want to commend Governor Bevin for his insight. To be honest, some of these issues have really no political capital associated with them. They're the right thing to do because they respect the dignity of humanity. They're the right thing to do because they're good for the bottom line. They enhance and progress prosperity, and they position a state to take full advantage of its labor force. Today we live in a world where there are jobs that are going wanting, and a smart governor recognizes you can't just be about creating jobs. You have to be about creating skilled and talented people who can take those jobs, and this effort marries all of that together. We have some good friends. Senator Higdon has been a great supporter of the Council of State Governments and our Southern Legislative Conference. We appreciate his leadership in the Commonwealth. John Tilley has been such a great friend and a stalwart for our CSG Justice Center, serving on our executive committee. His insights on these issues of mass incarceration are just spot on, recognizing that states, when they spend money foolishly, don't rebuild communities, but they incarcerate people at a high expense when there are other alternatives that make great sense. And John Tilley is one of those leaders that has helped us sort through that. We recently had a meeting at the White House in which Governor Bevin participated in February. Again, talking about his leadership in the Commonwealth, making a difference on these key issues. This is not just about a press conference or a one-off attempt to generate some attention. This is a commitment across the administration and with the support of the legislature to make a profound difference here in the Commonwealth. And for that, we're grateful for everyone who has lent their leadership to this effort. We are humbled by our ability to help convene and facilitate that work. I want to have a special recognition of Elizabeth Whitehouse, someone on our staff that has helped spearhead this work. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your leadership. To everyone at CSG who has helped give this work life, we've enjoyed working with our colleagues at the Commonwealth. And Governor, we commend you for your leadership and look forward to making sure that the dust does not ever settle on this report, but that by operationalizing the values that we all embrace and by finding strategies to cut through the complexity, we can improve people's lives and ultimately advance the best interests of the Commonwealth. That takes leadership, and we commend you for yours.